The Toronto Raptors winning streak is over as they fall at MSG to the New York Knicks 120-103 and fall to 25-35 on the year. What's the story in this game today? Fourth quarter, okay, that's a big one. And your bench, or benches in general. Those are the keys to today's game. I know people are going to love to attack Pascal Siakam because you lost and because he didn't do great in the clutch. As we all know, he's kind of not great in the clutch. But he's not the scapegoat. He's going to be the scapegoat no matter what. But I will throughout the video, I'll give out many reasons why it's not just his fault. But let's break this game down. First quarter, again, both teams, it was tight for 3 quarters, right? The Raptors were right in this game for 3 quarters. First quarter, you were down by 4, 30-26. Hey, you're right there. It's a 4-point game. Nothing crazy going on there. Second quarter, you can't defend to save your life. You allow 34. You score 33. But you're down by 5 at halftime. In the third quarter, the Raptors make a push early on, all right? They end up getting a lead at one point, and I'm like, whoa, okay, this is great to see. Fred VanVleet catching fire. This is fantastic. And then at some point, the Knicks just are like, I don't know if they called a timeout or whatnot, but out of a timeout, the Raptors that was it. You know, the Knicks got their lead back up to 5, and that's what it was heading into the fourth quarter. The Raptors, the third quarter was 24-24. And you're down by 5 going into the fourth. What is the mentality? You got to make that punch. Get that lead back in the fourth and say, hey, we're here to play. Let's get it done. Make that first punch in the fourth quarter. They didn't do that. The Knicks made that first punch, and inevitably, it was the last one. If I'm not mistaken, the Knicks started on a 14-3 run in that fourth quarter. You just can't allow that. They're already up by 5. 14-3 run, just like that, you're down 16. Where'd that come from? They just fell apart there to start the fourth quarter. And that was really ball game from there. Yeah, they made a few little flurries there near the end, but when you're down by 16 and you get it down to 7, and that was about the best they got in my opinion, from what I saw. You can't do that. You got to be able to close games out. And people are going to throw that at Pascal Siakam as they always do. But the Raptors as a team were minus 12 in that fourth quarter, 32-20. And that's just not good enough. You can't score. If you score 20 in the fourth quarter, you don't expect to win. You allow 30 plus in the fourth. Don't expect to win, especially when you're already trailing going into the fourth quarter. They didn't close on time. I always say, it's not about who makes that first punch in the game, it's who makes the timely one. And yeah, it was a back and forth game for 3 quarters, but who made that final punch? The New York Knicks. And that team is inspired. They're a dangerous team heading into the playoffs. They're the number 4 seed in the Eastern Conference. They are a damn good basketball team. They're playing with a lot of heart. And for New York fans, the first time I've seen playoff basketball in quite some time. I know, they're not there yet. They're going to lock it up. And why, James, why are you hyping up the New York fans? Because I am a Giants fan. I see from afar what Knicks fans feel. And I can see how bad it is. So I envy them, and I congratulate them on a good team right now because they're playing very good basketball. Julius Randle's a monster. RJ's really turning the corner. They're looking really, really strong, are the New York Knicks. And for the Toronto Raptors, back to the drawing board. You won 3 straight. You were feeling good. You just lost that game. The Washington Wizards seem like they're never going to lose again. Their schedule is light the rest of the way. You're now a game and a half behind the Wizards, if I'm not mistaken. You're now half a game or a full game behind the Bulls. Today's game was massive, and the Knicks came out on top. Now, what are the things I always talk about, the 3 keys to the game? First one, rebounding. Raptors were minus 11 on the glass. Just not going to cut it. How'd you shoot the 3? Well, they shot 39% from 3. It's not terrible. I'll give them half a point for that. They shot 43% from the field. That ain't good. And only 74% from the line. That's not good enough. And, okay, the last thing. How'd the Knicks shoot the 3 today? Well, the Raptors allowed them, or they just made a lot of tough shots. It was probably a mix of both. 52% from 3-point range. You allow 2 of the 3 things to happen where you get outplayed. 9 times out of 10, you're going to lose those games. They shot 56% from the field, 52% from 3, 83% from the line. right? It's just, you can't allow that to happen. You allowed 120 points. They shot over 50% in both categories, over 80% from the line. You're not going to win many basketball games that way. Well, when beating a team 130 to 120, well, that's fun to watch, but it's a sloppy game. And I got some stats for you because this is some crazy numbers from this game today. The Raptors bench gave you nothing on both ends of the ball. Who was your top scorer off the bench? Excuse me, Gary Trent Jr. Well, that makes sense. How many did he have? 4. On 2 of 8 shooting. You see that hole of Chris Boucher? It's glaring right there. And also, I said on both ends of the floor. Well, the Raptors bench combined plus minus. I know people have plus minus is a meaningless stat. When it's this lopsided, it's not so meaningless. The Raptors bench, when they were on the floor combined, a minus 79. That's horrendous. And the Knicks bench combined for a plus 58. You think there's a contributing factor to the Raptors losing today? Two of the 3 keys to the game, you stunk. And those numbers there. Enough said. Now let's get into some individual players and see who did what. Khem Birch at the 5. Look, he's been kind of a steady guy there at the 5. 8.7 boards, 1 dime, shot 4 of 5 from the field. Had 1 steal and a couple blocks. So in my eyes, a decent day in the office for Khem Birch. And Pascal Siakam, everybody's blame game. Here we go. 26 points, 7 boards, 5 dimes. That's a really good night. Afternoon, excuse me. He shot 8 of 19. Well, there's people who are going to attack that. And 5 of 9 from three-point range. He knocked down 5 trays. Again, did he shoot well in the third quarter, in the fourth quarter? Not really, but we've kind of gotten used to that. The fact that he dropped 26, 7, and 5, and shot 5 of 9 from 3, there should be no blame game plopped on him. I've already given you, I don't know how many other things that are like, man, that's a glaring issue. That's a glaring issue. That's a glaring issue. But let's go attack Pascal Siakam. Doesn't make much sense to me. Fred VanVleet was awesome today. I got to give him a lot of credit today. He was fantastic. A big reason of why the Raptors were in that game in the third quarter was he just coming out red hot. 27 points, 5 boards, 11 dimes, the double-double for Freddie V. Shot 10 of 20 from the field, was 5 of 10 from 3, and 2 steals in the game for Fred VanVleet. Kyle Lowry, love him. Court general, greatest Raptor of all time. But offensively, didn't give you anything today. Had a total of 4 points, 7 boards, 9 dimes. 7 and 9's good. But the 4 points on 1 of 10 shooting and 0 of 8 from 3, yeah, that's not pretty. That ain't pretty at all. Moving on to OG, because who wants to talk about a terrible performance from our guy Kyle Lowry? But OG, what a game. This guy is really turning the corner on his young career, man. He is taking that next step. That was the big question mark for OG coming into the year. Can he take that next step as a scorer? The answer is yes. He dropped 27 today, 5 boards, 3 dimes, shot 9 of 16, was 6 of 11 from 3, and you know he's going to get a couple steals in the game. He had 2 more today. OG was fantastic. But there I go. I say it again, right? The Raptors, the starting unit, or I guess OG had 27. Pascal, 26. Fred, 27. Hence why the bench needed to give you something. The starters, for the most part, did their job. They did their job. The bench unit didn't give you anything. You didn't defend the 3 well. You didn't shoot the 3 particularly well. And you didn't rebound the ball well. And you didn't close strong. All things that usually lead to a disaster. And it did. A 17-point loss to the New York Knicks. Now, moving on, because I got all that out of my system. The next game for the Toronto Raptors is on Monday night at Amalie Arena. I can't wait to say Scotiabank Arena again. It's a lot easier for me to say. Amalie Arena on Monday night against the Cleveland Cavaliers. It's a 7:30 tip-off there. How you guys feeling? I don't know. Are we feeling that tank mode? Are we feeling keep going, keep winning? Because it's only a game and a half out, but I don't know how to feel. I want to hear your guys' actual thoughts in the comments below. What are your thoughts on this team? Where do you think they can go? Let me hear it, guys. Let me know in the comments below, all right? All right, you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and did not enjoy the game today if you're a Raptor fan, but if you're a Knicks fan and you love this game today, smack the like button anyways. Hit that subscribe button if you guys have not already. Comment down below what your thought was on the game, the video. If there's anything I missed, let me know in the comments below, because there's a lot to dissect in this game today. If there's anything I did not mention, please let me know in the comments below to refresh the memory. And Twitter's down below for myself. Follow, send me a DM, do all that great stuff. The Instagram link is down below, so follow up there if you have not done so already. And I will talk to you guys Jay's Edition a little bit later on tonight. They're playing Game 2 against the Tampa Bay Rays. Robbie Ray versus Ryan Yarbrough. That's a pitching matchup. Game is just about to start. And 6-10 first pitch there, so I'll talk to you guys post-game then. Jays look for the series win. Good stuff there. Let's see what happens with Robbie Ray today. And as for the Leafs, they play the Jets tonight. It's a 7 o'clock puck drop there in Winnipeg, as the Buds looking for back-to-back W's and to put some serious breathing room between them and the Winnipeg Jets, all right? 7 o'clock puck drop there in Winnipeg. And as for the Raptors, as I've mentioned, their next game is on Monday night at Amalie Arena, 7:30 tip-off as they host the Cleveland Cavaliers at home. All right, so guys, thank you so much for listening and watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Talk to you guys then.